Leon. When calls the heart.
While Hickam is the new mayor, this town's problems can't be placed on his shoulders alone.
I just think he's the wrong man for the job.
You brought in Jerome Smith, and Jerome and his associates could reopen that mine.
I wish you knew how much it means to me just to be with you.
I'm worried about Nathan. We all have limitations. What's important is learning to accept them.
I spoke to you in confidence.
I'm concerned, Nathan.
You don't have to be.
Thank you all for being prompt. Now, before we begin, I thought it appropriate to mark this meeting of the town council with photograph. Henry, Elizabeth, Ned, would you care to sit? Where's Fiona?
Oh, she's still in town.
Oh, right. Well then, Bill, why don't you sit? Or stand, that's good too. Lee, whenever you're ready, if you would stand here, please.
Okay.
By the way, I appreciate the use of the paper's new camera.
It's fine.
Rosemary promised she'd be along any moment.
Good afternoon, everyone. Still know how to pick up my cues. Now, Lee, did you manage to get this contraption set up and ready to go? Because I'm ready to shoot.
All yours.
Who else are we missing? Someone.
It's Carson. We haven't gotten together since he left for Baltimore.
Of course. So we'll have to approve a replacement. But for tonight, as long as we have a quorum, 1, 2.
There's 6.
A quorum. Good. Okay then. Rosemary, how are things looking?
Almost there. Oh, good gracious. This looks like a meeting of the gloomy Gus Club, not the Hope Valley Town Council. Oh, there are smiles to make us...
Sweetheart.
Fine, all right, all right. And are you ready? Say prunes.
Prunes. Good day. Good day. But then, it's always a good day in Hope Valley. Well, first, I'd like to thank the constable for closing our streets to traffic.
Forensic inspector. Why can't anyone get that right?
Unimpeded. Especially after you hear what I'm about to announce.
Oh, I can't bear to listen to this.
Lee, you haven't liked anything he's done as mayor.
He hasn't done anything as mayor.
Even in wet weather like this, we all still have so much to celebrate, to appreciate. We won't let this dampen our spirits. That's not going to happen, not on this mayor's watch.
You know, I think Mike might be right.
I couldn't agree more.
It is within the power of this office to declare town holidays. And so I ask all of you, just as I asked our town council, what could be better than celebrating one holiday? Well, what about 4 holidays? This week, Hope Valley will be celebrating Elizabeth Thornton's Thanksgiving, Ned and Florence Yost's Hanukkah, Rosemary and Lee Coulter's Halloween, and after nomination and unanimous approval to fill a vacancy on the town council, May Sue's Valentine's Day. Oh, and at his insistence, we've added an unofficial 5th holiday, Bill Avery's April Fools.
April Fools? What is that, a joke?
Let him go, he's on a roll.
Let us enjoy ourselves and one another as we recapture the heart of this town, while I officially declare these to be Hope Valley Days.
Thanksgiving.
What does that mean to everyone?
It means no school.
Cooper Canfield.
That was my answer.
All right, very funny. Emily, how about you?
Cooking with my mother.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Angela?
Wonderful smells.
I know, right? Opal, what does Thanksgiving mean to you?
Turkey and snoring.
A snoring turkey?
After we eat, my father always falls asleep in his big chair.
Allie?
This may sound silly, but having been away for so long in Rock Creek, it means being together.
That doesn't sound silly at all. Thanksgiving means something different for all of us. Now, what you all have been describing are things for which we are giving thanks. But what if we try Thanksgiving?
What? I don't understand.
I want you all to think about what else Thanksgiving might mean and how we might be able to celebrate it, and then we'll discuss it next time we meet. Oh, remind your parents I'll be posting a sign-up sheet for any dishes they want to bring for Thanksgiving dinner.
Did you realize that our subscriptions are up 20%?
Well, to quote Cleopatra, we will not be triumphed over.
I came, I saw, I conquered.
Well, that was Caesar.
Oh.
Don't you think you should be working on your column, Mark Antony?
Well, yes, sweetheart, but Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't know why this was addressed to me. I don't think this is for me. I think this is for you.
Well, I didn't contact this gentleman.
Oh, well, I'm just the managing editor, so.
Lee, he works for William Randolph Hearst. You don't think, is it at all possible that the William Randolph Hearst wants to add our little newspaper to his mighty empire? Well, that's how life works, though, isn't it? Great things have small beginnings. Mountains are moved first by picking up the smallest stone. Lee, those are for the children.
Can I just have one?
Oh, well, that's how it begins, though, doesn't it? Next thing you know, you've eaten the entire bowl.
Don't you think you're being just a little bit dramatic about, oh, I don't know, everything?
Well, I suppose this letter and its possibilities, perhaps even this costume, has all got me feeling a little bit heady. All right. A sweet for my sweet.
Thank you.
Oh, Lee. I'm so excited for all these ghosties and ghoulies to come. Isn't it fun to play at work? Lee. What do you think about writing something nice about Hickam? You don't always have to bark when you write. I know. You are concerned about Hope Valley, but so is he. And what Hickam is trying to do, bringing us all together, well, it's a wonderful, even admirable aspiration. It's what you're always trying to do. Why not show that part of yourself?
Well, I'm already showing my legs. Maybe.
I need an opinion and a scoop of honey vanilla. Robert's delivering the mail, so let me get that for you. I really like the way that you've decorated for Valentine's Day. Quixi? Is that how it's pronounced?
Qixi, the Chinese celebration of love. It's rooted in romantic folklore.
Qixi. How beautiful.
Although I am trying to remind people there are many kinds of fondness and affection, and that expressing love doesn't only have to be romantic.
And how's that working?
Well, a lot of people have come in asking for candy and cards, and one woman asked me if I could mix her love potion.
Oh.
On the house, for your friendship.
Thank you.
So, what did you want to discuss?
Well, in the past, when the infirmary needed equipment, Carson and I asked the town to help with the cost. It was an arrangement made when the mining company oversaw the facility.
What are you looking to purchase?
An X-ray machine? Only now that I've hung out my shingle, according to Mayor Hickam, I am in private practice and I don't qualify.
I have to say, that sounds reasonable.
I was hoping you would be unreasonable.
Ma'am?
Nothing wrong in celebrating love, May. Romantic or otherwise.
Bill spoke with Abigail, who agreed. Unless Bill wants to buy her out, she's ready to sell to us.
And Bill's interested?
Only being partners with us.
Oh, Joseph.
No, don't get too excited. Not yet, anyhow. We still need to get a loan from the bank in Buxton.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, I hope so. I know how much you want to be in business for yourself.
Have faith.
Oh, I do. In God. It's the folks at the bank that I worry about.
Thank you.
Hey,
You're the judge here in town?
try going back out and knocking.
I'm not looking for trouble, but I've come a long way and I'm out of patience.
You want to be thrown out?
I believe my wife's in Hope Valley, and I'd like her arrested.
Well, as odd a request as that may be, you're closer to being arrested yourself, pal. Come back when you can behave in a civilized manner. Now that's a mistake.
It's very funny, Bill. April Fools, huh?
Yeah.
Hi.
May I walk you home?
You never have to ask. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How was your attorney meeting? You were getting a second opinion on the sale of the oil business?
Oh, fine. Unfortunately, the second opinion is the same as the first. I wish I had the same kind of passion for my work that you have for yours.
Teaching has always been my passion ever since I was a child.
I know. I admire that.
Well, what about you? What did you want to do when you were younger, traveling through Europe with your parents?
I wanted to live in one town, in one home, where my family and I could get to know everyone and everyone could get to know us. I wanted to be here with you.
Well, then that makes us both very lucky.
I'm leaving.
What? With the holiday celebrations coming up and Elizabeth's Thanksgiving
I'll
dinner?
be back to help mon cousin. Until then, all will be well.
Gustav,
I spoke with Fiona in San Francisco. Things did not go how we planned.
Unfortunate.
Indeed.
All right, so what's next?
Well, Fiona will ask the investors if they'll close on the deal without me being involved in the company.
And have her acting as manager with no experience. They're not going to go for that, Henry.
Look, I'm going to be left holding the bag here once you get your payday. I need you to trust me on this.
I do trust you, Henry. I have been. I just hope you haven't overplayed our hand.
I'll go to San Francisco in the next few days and see Fiona, and we'll find out just that.
Thanks. There's no arrest warrants for Jeffrey Lewis, but Bill, there are 3 for May Sue. You don't seem surprised.
Because I'm not surprised.
Why aren't you surprised?
May hired me as her attorney, so legally I couldn't say anything to you.
Constable, where are you going? That man hit me.
Not hard enough. What are May's charges?
Larceny, forgery, spousal abandonment. All made in Chicago.
May I help you?
Anna!
Hi, Mrs. Thornton.
Oh, how long have you been working here?
This is my first day.
Oh my goodness, you got a job so quickly after graduation. Good for you. Is there something wrong?
Elizabeth. Excuse me. Did I interrupt?
No, it wasn't you.
Anna was such a delight when I substitute taught. I was so happy when she applied here, but she hasn't been herself.
Well, maybe I'll ask her to come by after work someday. See if I might be able to help.
Now, what can I get for you?
Oh, buttermilk biscuits. I ran out of flour and Jack is asking for them.
Can you keep a secret?
I don't know, but I'd still like to know whatever it is you have to say.
Joseph and I are getting a loan to buy Abigail's portion of the cafe.
I guess I can keep a secret. Abigail called and told me that was the plan. Oh, Minnie. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now, how many biscuits would you like?
Half a dozen, please.
All right.
I hope it's all right I hired Gustav.
Oh, we think it's wonderful. In fact, we were just coming by to ask you, Ned, would you like to do the honors?
Oh, why, thank you. Well, we never quite made it official, but would you consider staying on in our permanent employ?
I would, very much. Thank you.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Mike, I wonder if you and the town council might reconsider the purchase of an X-ray machine.
An X-ray machine for the town's infirmary? Or for your private practice?
The town will benefit from investing in me.
I don't doubt it. But the same could be said for just about every business in town.
I understand.
Faith, I started working right here at the Mercantile as an assistant shopkeeper, sweeping up, stocking shelves, closing at night. My next job, and it was a good one, is at Coulter Lumber, where Rosemary called me Lumberjack. And after that, I worked at and eventually ran Gowan Petroleum. And I thought my life couldn't possibly get any better. Now, I'm the mayor.
You've come a long way.
As much as I want to, I can't offer you any special treatment. But I know that you can grow your practice on your own. And the town will still benefit, and so will you, only more so because you'll have invested in yourself as well as your business.
Oh, hello. You think Michael likes being mayor?
We're working on it.
No. Not yet, at least. It goes against his sweet and generous nature. Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown, you see.
Try wearing a crown of laurel. At least I think that's what this is. It may be poison ivy. Could be poison ivy. I don't know.
Oh! Oh my goodness, no tricks, please. Just treats. How about you?
And don't you kids forget about the weenie and marshmallow roast, all right?
Thank you!
You're very welcome. Oh, so cute. Okay.
Would you like to know what else I think?
If I said no?
I'm going to tell you anyway. I think you miss Hickam. Ever since you wrote that editorial about him.
I was telling the truth.
The truth can hurt.
So it would seem.
But truth spoken or written out of love,
well, that's entirely different.
Oh, hail Caesar.
Mark Anthony, but don't feel bad. Nobody gets it right.
Oh.
Look, I think I'm gonna go to the soda fountain and cry over an egg cream. Bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
You look so gorgeous.
Oh, Will. Thank you. I have 2 trunks full of old costumes that I've collected. Lee and I could play dress up for months, although I will try and restrain myself and stick to just the 1 week.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was just on my way to the library to exchange his book for Jack, but I thought I'd come by to see your costume and ask if you might run this announcement for the Thanksgiving dinner in your next edition.
Oh, well, as Cleopatra would decree, let it be done!
Your husband is rather annoying.
You know he's not my husband.
Well, I don't know what or who he is.
That was you. Riding to town a few months ago dressed as a man.
A woman's safer traveling that way.
Right.
You blame him?
He doesn't know what happened. And unfortunately, neither do you. Since I never told you the whole story.
Well, thank you. I will take some blame, a shred, for not running a record check on you when you first came to my office.
You trusted me. And I'm sorry I broke that trust.
Well, you can make it up to me and maybe even help yourself by coming to speak with Jeffrey. Now, let's get this thing cleared up in short order.
Can I have a moment? I haven't seen Jeffrey since I left Chicago.
Of course. I have something to take care of down the street, but I'll be back.
Big breath. And again.
I'm sure this is nothing.
Shush.
I am sending you to Union City for a chest x-ray.
April Fools, no thank you.
No, no kidding. You've got wheezing and a sliced stridor on your right side. This could be the start of pneumonia.
That would account for your shortness of breath.
Molly, thank you, but don't try to help, okay? And Faith, could you just write me a prescription, please?
Go see Dr. Terry.
You'll like him.
I'm not looking for a friend.
Would you talk to him, please?
Your health.
Please.
Bill, please. For me.
Yeah, maybe.
Elizabeth,
Hi.
how about that driving lesson now?
Now.
Well, it's better than later.
Well, of course, but is there a reason for the sudden urgency? Is everything all right with Newt?
No, Newt's fine. It's just with everything going on, I can't put this off any longer.
I'll just ask Lucas if I can borrow the car and I'll swing by.
Great. Sedimentary rocks and minerals?
You know, I picked out the magic of Oz, but for whatever reason, Jack likes it when we read about rocks.
Well.
Anyway, meet you by the saloon.
Yeah.
And if it be your will for us to bind to this cafe, then we'll do our best to honor you here, Lord. Amen.
Yes. I just want to tell Anna we're leaving.
Oh, she heard you the first 2 times. Meaning, you and I come from 2 very different families. Not that yours didn't work just as hard as mine, but back in St. Louis, your folks were well respected. And we've seen, not here in Hope Valley, but in other places that people don't.
I know what you're saying. And everything will be fine.
All right. Let's get to Buxton. We don't want that bank to close on us.
All right.
Miss May, have you seen my dad? He's not at the jail.
No, sorry, I haven't.
Can I talk to you?
Sure.
My dad thinks Robert and I should just be friends. I think so too. What if Robert and Angela don't think that? What do I do then?
You stand up for yourself. Just be yourself.
Even if I'm afraid to?
Even if you're afraid to. What's the worst that can happen?
I end up without him.
I don't want to be with him.
It's like you said in the beauty salon.
I'm perfect just the way I am.
Thank you, Miss May.
No. Thank you, Allie.
Mr. Bouchard.
Robert.
What is it?
A game. This is a Bagatelle pinball machine.
Well, how do you play?
Well, crank this. Ball comes out, pull the lever back, let go. Now, wherever the ball lands.
That's super.
Hmm?
Oh.
Thank you. Have a go.
Mr. Bouchard,
Yes?
can I ask you something?
Of course. Come on over.
About girls.
You sure you don't want to play pinball?
No, that's okay. When did you first, go together?
Robert, don't you have to finish the rest of your deliveries?
No, I made sure you were my last stop.
Oh.
What I mean is, when did you and Mrs. Thornton first begin courting?
Well, Mrs. Thornton and I have known each other a little over 3 years. But I wouldn't say we started courting until just recently.
I see. Do you think it'll feel like a long time for me before I court?
I think the time will fly right by.
Thanks, Mr. Bouchard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before even entering the automobile, take the time to check.
What does this button do?
Are you paying attention?
Yeah.
As I was saying, take the time to check your vehicle and the surroundings. Are your tires fully inflated? Is there anything or anyone blocking your path?
When do we start going? When do we drive?
Nathan, if I'm going to teach you how to drive, I'm going to do it the way my father taught me. Upon entering the vehicle, make sure you're comfortable. Orient yourself with your controls. Briefly, steering wheel, brakes, very important of course, throttle, spark arrestor. Nathan.
Would you mind terribly if Lucas taught me how to drive?
Not at all.
Thank you for understanding.
Of course.
You know, maybe it was a good thing that you and I never got together. Maybe.
I talked to the police in Chicago. Deputy chief, in fact. He sent a man over to the clerk of courts. Now, May, they found a marriage license with your signature on it, just the way Jeffrey's been claiming.
I told you, he's made up everything.
What are you talking about?
Be quiet. Now, I've been holding him on assault charges because he punched me in my office with no witnesses present. I have no choice but to let him go. I'm sorry.
Bill, what am I going to do?
Nathan and I will look out for your safety, but the rest is up to you.
May, if you'd allow me to explain.
Jeffrey, you couldn't possibly explain.
Just give me a moment, that's all.
You accuse me of things I didn't do,
I had
and
to
now...
find you. You know how I feel about you. May, listen, you need to come back to Chicago.
I don't know how you knew I was here, but I'm not leaving.
I made mistakes and I took you for granted. May, please, wait.
Goodbye, Jeffrey.
I am glad you've decided to start celebrating Hanukkah again.
Irene and I used to do it every year with Katie, and she loved it. Then after Irene died, for some reason, I don't know, I just stopped. Thank you for encouraging me.
Ed, if something is important to you, it's important to me.
Florence, I was hoping to post some flyers, inviting anyone interested, but the only spot I could find to celebrate is the saloon. I wouldn't want anyone feeling I'm being disrespectful.
People know your heart. I'm sure that people would love to come. Oh, you make up those flyers and I will help post them. Oh, this is gonna be so fun.
Lee, Rosemary.
Back so soon?
Thanks for letting us use your car.
Breakdown?
No, we made it to Buxton just fine. When we got inside the bank, that things didn't go so well. They wouldn't give us the loan.
I don't understand. Joseph, I'm so sorry.
Bye now.
This is just awful, Lee.
I don't believe this. Florence, can you get my banker in Buxton, please? I'm assuming you're okay if we cover the Canfield loan?
Without hesitation. But Lee, don't you think you should speak with him about it first?
No, he's never gonna accept the help.
Well, exactly. Now, I know that you are well-meaning, sweetheart, but this is the type of wonderful gesture that could backfire.
Okay, fine, I'll make sure he doesn't find out. But Joseph is my friend, sweetheart. And since I've been doing all this work here at the paper, he has covered everything for me at the mill, and he hasn't complained not once. Colby, yes, Leland Coulter calling. Yes, he just left here. I know. Colby, listen very carefully. They either get the loan without knowing we'll cover it, or I'm pulling all my business from your bank. Do you understand me? I've never been more serious.
Ready to go? Assume Elizabeth at least show you how to start this thing, so why don't we give it a whirl?
Someone came into town yesterday claiming to be May's husband.
Who?
I don't know. But he's from Chicago.
Do you think that May might really be married?
No. It's just we've spent so much time together. The fact that she hasn't mentioned anything just makes me feel like...
After everything that happened with Elizabeth, maybe you're once bitten, twice shy. If I were you, I wouldn't walk away without asking May.
Thanks for the driving lesson, Lucas.
You know, if you actually ever want to learn how to drive, you just reach out.
Appreciate it.
Anna, thank you for coming. Are you finished at the cafe?
No, but I wanted to talk to you, and I couldn't wait any longer.
Why don't you have a seat?
My mother got a better job in Bellingham, so we're moving.
Oh, Anna, I'll miss you. But you know, the Coulter's niece lives in Bellingham, and
I'd rather stay here.
I understand. But moving to new places and meeting new people, it can be one of the best things.
I know. You taught us not to be afraid that way, and I'm not.
Oh, Anna. You were one of the youngest students in my class when I first arrived. So friendly and playful, always dancing around. It's been a privilege watching you become this remarkable young woman, and I just know you have a bright future ahead.
Eventually, I want to go off to college when I earn enough money. That's why I took the job at the cafe. But I'm not ready to leave Hope Valley just yet. And I'd like to stay until I am.
You'd rather stay here on your own, taking care of yourself?
I can do it. I know I can. You've inspired me, Mrs. Thornton.
Well, I think it's wonderful that you know you have so many possibilities available to you.
Will you help me?
I don't know how I can, but I'll try.
Hanukkah is called the Festival of Lights, and it celebrates the rededication of the ancient temple in Jerusalem, when oil to light the lamp, which should have only lasted one night, lasted for 8. Now, the candle that we use to light the other 8 candles, one for each night, is called the shamash. Now, Opal, would you light the first candle celebrating our first night? Even a little light shines the brightest when things are darkest. And you're all going to see that later.
But first, head to the soda fountain for some pumpkin ice cream.
Really? Thanks.
Rosemary Lee.
Hey, you two.
We got the loan.
Oh, congratulations.
That's fantastic. Bank called to say they hadn't taken into account how fast Hope Valley's growing, making the cafe more valuable than they estimated.
I knew everything was going to be all right.
I'm so happy for you.
Listen, Joseph, I know that I've been spending a lot of time at the newspaper and you have had to work twice as hard, but I want you to know how much I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. What do you say we go and see if we can get everything together for the bonfire, huh?
Be my pleasure.
Okay, let's go. Goodbye, ladies.
Bye. So,
Penny, for your thoughts?
I think our relationship is worth a little more than that, but yes, of course.
So here are my 2 cents. If fear is a person's only motivation in life, then they won't move forward. They won't accomplish anything. I couldn't be any more thankful that I ventured out on my own from Hamilton all those years ago and became far less fearful about everything. And now I feel as though I could do almost anything. Even more so with you. Thank you for always being so supportive.
That's good stuff.
I have to say, I am quite enjoying myself.
Me too. I have to admit, Michael has done a good job. Hope Valley Days was a huge success.
Well, they're not over yet.
Please say no more costumes. Please say no more costumes.
Oh, I won't spoil anything. Just you wait and see what I have planned.
Thanks for helping take this town.
It was overdue, in my opinion. Congratulations.
Mike, just in time.
4?
If I'm gonna step out on my own, I have to go all the way. Can't rely on anyone, not even the town. I'm not sure I would have come to this decision if it weren't for your encouragement.
The fire alarm.
problem.
No, it's just Florence.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that.
All right, children, gather around. We have a special treat in store. Remember what I said about little lights shining brightest when things are darkest? Well, it's time to find out just how true that is. There you are. There you go.
There's just enough chill in the air to remind us that autumn is at the door.
You ever considered a fall wedding? Well, just curious. That's all.
Can't say that I have. You ever considered a spring wedding? It was a beautiful night. And for the first time in a while, everything that seemed to need our attention, that had occupied all our days, was set to the side. And in their place instead were those things that are surely more precious. Simple pleasures such as hot cocoa, toasted marshmallows, and a roaring bonfire. That night, we realized our town could shine brighter than ever. And for now, Hope Valley days were still here, helping remind us. I just heard that May Sue
is married, possibly.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Next Sunday.
If he's not your husband, who is he?
People care about you, Nathan. And it seems as though you care about May.
Whenever possible, we should stand up for what we know is right.
Constable, I would like to have May arrested.
Nathan, what's going on?
I'm taking May into custody.
An all-new When Calls the Heart next Sunday night.